Hey, this is Ryan Walker Page, and honey, you are listening to Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper and Meatball. Fuck my whole, what day is it? And it's Jimmy Fowlie today, so say hi.
Forever. Dog.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom,
you end up with us.
sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213-536. Okay, 9180.
Wow.
SloppySecondsPod@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you sloppy, you stupid little fucks, you nasty little fucks, you dirty little fucks, you stupid little fucks, you nasty little fucks, you dirty little fucks. It's me, Meatball, and that's Big Dipper, and welcome to Big Dipper and Meatball Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper and Meatball.
Now, before we started recording, I said I got a random text message. And I've said this before where I'll just be sitting around doing something and I'll get a text message from an unsaved number that's like, make me gape, dad, or like just some horrifically sexual thing. And Meatball goes, yeah, I just got a phone call from someone who says, hey, is this you? I had you saved in here from Growler. Then Meatball tells me he had a sexy time name that wasn't his real name.
So that people couldn't figure out who I really was. So they couldn't
and a club name.
Yes, and when I lived in, did you know I lived in New York? When I lived in New York and I was partying in the Lower East Side eating meatball subs and pizza, I had a fake name and I would go by Paul at the club so that people like, I don't know why.
Well, we're gonna get into more of this, but we have a guest waiting, so let's get to our guest.
My sex name was Jordan.
An amazing writer, comedian, actor, I would argue model, creative force,
Carrie Bradshaw impersonator.
Someone that I have looked up to long before moving here. I was watching your content online and then found out we had friends of friends and connected. So I'm very happy that you've come to talk to us on the show. Make some noise for Jimmy Fowlie!
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Hello,
Dipper. I didn't know that you'd like watched my videos before. You played it off so cool.
Yeah,
we both have. I watched your series where you were a go-go dancer because I thought that was so funny, and that's what I thought like all go-go's were like. And then I moved here and I was like, no, they're all just OnlyFans gays.
Yeah. Oh my God. If we did that series now, that would actually be a big storyline.
Yeah, one would argue that the go-go boy culture has changed and evolved over time. But so let's get into it. So Jimmy, you are a very funny person who doesn't just wait around for an opportunity to tell a joke, but creates a lane for yourself to do so. And one of the things that a lot of people, like we were saying, like first knew about you was in 2014, you created a series called Go-Go Boy Interrupted. Is this correct?
Correct. Yeah. I was a go-go dancer like when I first moved to LA. And it's kind of funny because I feel more of a bond, obviously like I'm in the comedy world, but I really came up with, club promoters, go-go dancers, drag queens. Like that's kind of how I feel like I learned about LA and a lot of the people I knew. And then I got involved in the Groundlings and started doing sketch comedy. And then I ended up getting cut from the Groundlings after a year and a half of Sunday Company, which is super harsh, but it's very common. It's very common.
Okay.
But because it's the cut program, so at different levels, they might say, okay, you're done. And after I got cut, I was just so one-track mind doing the Groundlings. And then I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll do my own thing and tell my own story. So I just wrote the series and put it on YouTube. And yeah, it was just like a really, really fun experience and just helped me so much in terms of just, getting new opportunities and getting to share like my sense of humor with people. So
yeah, it was like a big thing. A lot of people were talking about it.
Huge.
And it was in 2014, it was like that time early enough on in YouTube. I mean, it's so funny. I just texted a friend of mine. You both know her, TN. And I was like, when are we gonna? I was like, when are we gonna write that web series we've been talking about? And it kind of felt like what? I'm gonna start working on a web series? Like, what's even happening? But in 2014, it was like that you were really still like pioneering that space. Like people, it was still like a new thing, and so it really caught a lot of fire. I remember everyone was talking about that series.
That's that. It's funny though, because when I was gonna make it, I remember sharing with this other friend, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna like film a web series," and he was like, "A web series? Okay, great. That's never been done before." Like, actually, because it had been long enough where it felt like the YouTube, and web series, like making a web series is such a cliche.
LA
because you're like,
oh yeah,
but
now the new making a web series is like, I'm gonna start a podcast, so it's full circle.
Girl,
yeah, it
look
changes.
at all of us right here.
Or like now, I feel like TikTok. It's like I still, create videos, and I'm like, why am I putting so much time and effort into this when the stuff that people want is a rough around the edges, straight to camera, 30-second rant.
Hot take on bagels and cream cheese.
Totally.
I think about this all the time because I work so hard on my music videos, and I used to say this all the time because I would make my music videos and they would have like I don't know, 50,000 views, 100,000 views, and people be like, wow, that thing has gone viral. I'm like, truly it hasn't. And what goes viral is like a baby sneezing. Yeah. And everyone goes like, wow, it has like 50 million views. It's so cute. And I'm like, blood, sweat, and tears, and all my savings went into this like music video that I think is like a brilliant piece of work. And it just like sits on YouTube, and you're like, is anyone even looking at it?
Yeah.
So I think at a certain point, especially with like making stuff for yourself, it has to be that thing where it's like there's no other option. You can't sit alone at home and just tell the jokes in the text message to your friend, or like be like, that would be funny. Too bad I didn't do it. It becomes the thing where it's like, if you don't do it, it's going to drive you crazy. So you just have to keep going and keep doing it.
Totally. And I think sometimes you feel kind of precious, or some people feel precious, like, oh, I want to save this for when I sell a show or when I this, and I think that that definitely has its place, and like, but I think there's a balance where you're like putting stuff out, but then also have a bigger picture of a show that you want to write. But it's funny because I have this friend, Katie O'Brien, and she had a show that had 3 seasons on TV Land, which like no one cares about TV Land. I don't even think it.
But it's literally anymore, a cable channel.
It's like on television.
It's literally like you.
That's what's so
TV
crazy about TV is like people can have entire TV shows and people are like, "What show? What channel?" Anyways, but
totally.
Friend.
Oh, so but when I was making Go-Go Boy, I had filmed all the stuff, but I wasn't sure if I was going to put it online or try to shop it around. And she at that point had already sold her show, Teachers. She goes, look, people are going to go back and forth. Should we share it? Should we not share it? She's like, just put it out there.
Yeah.
And it really does get a life of its own. And then people can, see it and then have talks about moving it into a different, because it shows like, oh, the people enjoy this,
Well, people talk about that all the time. Like
wasn't it,
what
wasn't it Broad City that started as like a very short web series and then it got like optioned into a show? So like, I feel like that can happen with anything you put out there as long as the character is strong enough.
And they often take elements from the web series and recycle them back into the show because you're like, that's the heart of it. We're just bringing it to a bigger audience.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So something you said when we first started, you said you came up more with drag queens and go-go dancers and club and that kind of thing. Meatball and I talk about this all the time because to people who are in the club scene, they'll like listen to our podcast or like come to a show that we're hosting or do something and be like, wow, you guys are funny. Like that's so, that's so like different and unique. And then we like try to do like comedy things and they're like, oh, you guys just like party and do nightlife stuff. Like they feel like this like weird separate world, and I feel so entrenched in this like all I know are DJs, drag queens, go-go dancers, and like club promoters, and I feel like I want to know comedians, but do comedians even go out to parties?
With each other, and then they do a lot of bits. There's just a
Everyone
lot
just
of
does
bits
bits
all
in
night.
a green room, sitting on
And
a
then
lawn.
I gotta go.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like I got this job that's going to take me out for like 6 weeks, and I was up for this other. Yeah, and I want to tell you guys all about, but I signed an NDA. So is this what?
Okay, here's one thing my lawyer taught me: you don't ever have to sign the NDA. You can return it to them unsigned, because what are they gonna do? What are they
not
gonna
give
do?
you the job, girl?
No, they can't not do that. Once you've signed the actual contract, you're in. Anyway.
Oh, okay. So when you so speaking of like you wear a lot of different hats. What you're watching me try to get to a point. You wear a lot of different hats, and as an actor, sometimes you have to do that. And okay, so we have a friend who's a drag queen who is like a behind the scenes, like a rotted, filthy, sexual, funny, disgusting person, but she keeps curving us and won't come on the podcast because her front facing persona is very like kid friendly and family friendly. She makes a lot of money like that.
Are you talking about?
Well,
I can't say it.
We'll
bleep it. But did you feel any pressure when you were on like the Disney Channel show Bizarre Dark to like not post anything?
Yeah.
I've heard from other guys that like when they're promoting certain things, like their account managers will be like, you have to take down any Speedo pictures. You have to take down shirtless pictures.
Cure for Men promo.
Yeah. Did you feel like that?
Not only did I feel like that, that was my reality, where I got in trouble for something I posted and they made me take it down.
And girl, were they really paying you that much money on Bizarre Dvarks to do some bit parts? Or maybe they were.
No, I mean, I was making, I don't know, like whatever the SAG weekly amount was to be reoccurring. Like it was like my first reoccurring role. So I was like, I don't know, like $4 or $5 grand a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that just seems like an overreach to be like, you as an adult man can't post things on your own personal social media because you worked for us for 4 weeks or whatever.
Yeah. It was during that time period where I was actually on the show, and my character got written off the show with no explanation. They never ever said like why. My character was an assistant to a 12-year-old girl, which already was so fucking weird. Do you know how weird it is to be interacting with children? Like I was a 30-year-old man. There was this one scene I was creating a tuxedo for one of the characters, like a 8-year-old boy, and I'm like taking his measurements in the scene, and like the director was like, "All right, so you're gonna do this," and he's like, "And nothing below the waist, nothing below the waist." I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm over here. It's so uncomfortable as it is. I did not like you guys wrote this character to be this weird 30-year-old man who chills with these children. And I'm already in my head hating the vibe. So
was there any like selfies with the children backstage? Were they like fun and friendly, or were they also like, that guy's old?
They were like, I think they were just kind of like, it was just, I was definitely an adult and they were like children. And so when we would even eat lunch, like, I just felt like, I remember this one, like the little boy was like, "This is my voice on this video game," and like showed me, and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then they like just talked about like, you know, whatever kids talk about. And then I think at one point I just sat with the parents.
It's such like a war stories thing that from acting gigs, everyone has these like wild, you know, like experiences. One of my favorite YouTube videos that you have made is, which I feel like encapsulates this idea of like the kind of experiences or the kind of people you meet, because there are so many different people who like their goal is to be in entertainment. Is your
white people
people doing improv?
Yes.
For those of you listening, this video,
you have to go watch it. It seems insane.
All Jimmy. There's no one else in it. It's all green screen. It's so well done. And it's Jimmy playing 20 different characters. And it's like all the types of people that you find in an improv class. It is like
spot
high
on.
art
Thank
to
you.
me.
It is also spot on, because when I was watching it, I was like, yep, I know that person. I know that person.
Yes.
It was so weird. Did you just come up with that because you were in improv for so long?
What does that
Totally.
seem like?
The scene is
Especially
just
as
very,
a gay man.
the scene is very much so I actually was teaching improv at Groundlings. I haven't taught since the pandemic, and like I got a writing job, so and then they've just been teaching classes online,
right?
Which I haven't done.
God,
yeah, I can't even imagine how dark that is, But
Zip.
Yeah, and there's a lag, and so I couldn't do it. And I have friends who are doing it, and I have nothing but respect because it does not seem like an easy gig. And I actually miss teaching because it is super fun. I love like encouraging people. But I started realizing when I taught that there was always the same type of people, like every class. It was like such a cliche. And like in the video, I haven't like watched it in a long time, but I know like I did like, the straight guy who's like trying to be a model and he's aggressively unfunny. And there's like,
the foreign girl who's always in nightclub attire.
Yes, totally. Thank you for remembering that, because it was shocking because I'm like, there would always be a girl who was stunning, did not speak English. And that's not a judgment. It's just a fact. She couldn't speak English, and she was in heels and a dress. And I was like, you see one and you're like, oh, that's insane. When you start seeing that type every single class, it's so weird.
If I remember, like, I took a couple classes at the Groundlings, and it's such
Did
a
you
different.
Like it?
Well, I moved. We've had a lot of conversations on this podcast in the past. I took some UCB classes and sort of popped off a little bit on those classes. But I remember, like, I went to, when I moved out here, I was grown already. I was in my 30s. Yeah, I must have
grown. You were old.
I was old, right? So I'm like 32, 33 years old, taking classes with 22-year-olds, 19-year-olds, right? And they're so eager, and they have just, they haven't had any experiences yet. And so oftentimes I would have to do exactly what the teacher did during the break, which is just leave the classroom, because that 10-minute or 15-minute period of the break, when everyone is like, day one, they're kind of quiet and asking, where did you park? Making small talk. And then by class 2, they're like, oh, do you have an agent? Did you go on this audition? I'm going to this mixer. I'm doing this networking thing. And of course, it's like, God bless you. Like, that's the whole point. If you're trying to start a career, that's what you need to do. You need to meet people. You need to figure it out. But it's one of those things where it's like, I was so busy working, and then I would have to like leave a gig to like scramble to get to my improv class, and then like go home to do a thing. And they're all like, this is the big thing of their week every week. And so hearing people have those conversations, I don't know, maybe I'm just jaded, but that's why I love that video so much, because I also love the thing of, you can be in an improv class and there's the person who it is their sole focus in life to become a comedic actor and be on TV and be a sitcom. And then the guy who is trying to get out of his shell, it was his New Year's resolution to like do something quirky and out of the box.
Yeah.
And those two people coming together is so funny, because it's oftentimes, well, maybe not, but occasionally it's extra funny when the quirky guy who's trying to get out of the box is way better than the person who is like dedicated. Yeah.
I just can't even tell you guys how many times someone who is really, this is their dream, just really closes up, because the whole point of improv is like, you just fuck around. You just like, you get silly, you say the first thing that comes, and the people who feel like there's no stakes are having the time of their life. And the people who, especially like I said with Groundlings, like it's a program that leads you to perform on the stage. So like a lot of people who have gone on SNL from the Groundlings, that was their thing. They took a class. Every famous person from Groundlings has taken that level 1 class, like Will Ferrell, Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig. So it's kind of like an equalizer, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, that could be me. When of course, like we all know, it's like you just have to hustle and do your thing.
Yeah,
and
right.
But yeah, I've definitely noticed that.
That's so fun.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a quick break.
You do it, Meatball.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk more to Jimmy. Goodbye.
I love that.
We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off. Okay, something about me. I love shopping. If you love shopping too, you have to check out Rakuten.
And all you have to do is shop, 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 shop. And with Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy.
Exactly.
Shop.
Homeware, daily essentials, jeans. We're talking eBay, CVS, and even Levi's.
Ooh, so I can buy a vintage couch, tons of paper towels, and grab a new pair of jeans and still get cash back.
And that's not all. You can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
But Big Dipper, how does this magic work?
Well, I'll tell you. Rakuten is paid by partner stores to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to you, the member.
Rakuten is so real for that.
Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. Don't you want to become one of them?
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app and start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today. Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I too have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix. And we're back. Jimmy, Have you
Hi.
ever seen Wicked? Oh,
I was just gonna say I was listening to your podcast that you released today, and I was dying laughing.
oh no!
Oh.
Why? What happened?
It was just
Oh, we're
good.
talking about Uvu
Have you
Java.
ever been to Uvu Java?
Java?
Yeah, that was making me laugh. Like, just like hearing your recounting being back at a precinct and
Oh
losing
my
your voice,
God.
and then of course you did it like a deep dive into All Stars, and I was like, oh, I'm still wanting to weigh in on this, but I know that you guys kind of covered it all.
Oh no! I'll take your opinion. Do
Yeah,
you think that
tell us,
Jan
what
should
would
have
you-
won?
Jan should have won the
Okay.
talent show.
Here's my thing on Jan.
Uh
I
Uh-oh.
feel like
She's
when I
actually
first saw-
listening. She's on the call. So
oh. No,
go
she
ahead.
does not listen.
She's listening.
She's
She's
one
on
of
the
those
call.
people. She's one of those people that we invited, and then like quickly she was like, "Ooh, production won't let me. Oh God, I can't
Yeah, she like said yes, and then immediately her contract started and was like, "Ooh, can't do it. Sorry."
do it." Sorry, bye.
Why? Because of All Stars, or because she just bailed?
No, season
No,
12.
I think season 12 we were gonna have her on
before they
it
announced she
aired.
was on the cast, and basically
Oh God, that would have been so cool.
after they're done filming, they're basically free to do anything. They just can't tell anyone that they're on the show. But the moment it's announced that they're on the show, every single press thing that they do,
They're not allowed to do everything. They have to ask production, even after they filmed. Once filming is over, they still have to get production's permission to do anything.
I
That's
was under
so
the impression.
psycho.
Well, anyhow, especially once they're announced that they're a part of the franchise, everything has to be approved. A lot of stuff does get approved. Like if they say, "Hey, I really want to do this podcast," they'll say, "Like, yeah, we just need to listen to it. We need to make sure you didn't give things away." But there's like a lot of bizarre kind
Anyway,
of
Jan
hoops to
should have
jump
won.
through.
What's your thing
Tell
about
us about
Jan?
Jan.
Oh, just real quickly, like Jan, I think I really did not vibe with her on her original season.
Wow.
But I think it's because she reminds me of things I don't like about myself. Like
Yeah.
the overeager, like she was just like the good student and the cheerleader. And it was like, it's almost like that toxic positivity where everything's so great. And then she like cracked and I was like, oh my God. But this is what I'm going to say. So that's more on me and not a read on her.
But I feel
She's
like
just-
I feel the same way about her for sure.
Yeah, you definitely see like,
Well, we said it. She gives off cheerleader vibes. She gives off like the girl that's in musical theater that always
Yeah.
doesn't get the lead.
that's her narrative.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
literally
thought
her
she
narrative.
was. Oh, I guess Rose is the lead of their girl group.
No, Jan
liked-
is the lead.
Jan is way better than Rose, but Jan, sorry, I'm not sure if you guys are friends with Rose, but Jan,
They're all listening, and Laguna. They're all on this phone.
Okay,
Good.
they're
Oh, so all I was going to say about Jan is, I think she's damned this whole season because you can tell producers have decided what edit she's going to get, and so like her performance. I mean, that song was. I mean, what I was with my boyfriend and we were listening to again after the
Brag.
show, and I was like, brag that I'm in a relationship, and I was like, I was listening to it and I was like, this is a bop, and my boyfriend was like, this is noisy, which I thought was so funny.
It
But
is though.
It's noisy, yeah, but I thought it was good, and there's not even one comment about her doing good, and then there's all this. They just keep showing stuff that out of context is not that bad. Like, for example, when she gets really talking about, is she the trait of the season? I could feel like they cut it right before she was doing an impression of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then the producers made it seem like Jan was thinking she was the trait of the season.
When she was like
Which I was
joking
like-
around.
Yeah, she was clearly joking. And then there's like a comment on it. So you can already tell. And you said it on the podcast. Her reads were really bad, but they all read each other, and there's a ton of flops.
Yeah.
So
Ton of.
Well, yeah, that's why they go down the line. They read each girl,
Yeah.
but they
But
only
it
show
is
two
a
of each person, so they get to
gag to
pick if it's the
me.
good or the bad.
That Silky was in top for sitting there playing the piano, singing this little line. Jan wailed on an original.
Jan to see,
All
Jan to
right,
see.
but anyhow,
She
let's
was
talk
hitting
about
those
your
notes.
drag, Jimmy, because
My
you
drag.
play a ton of characters who
Yes.
are female characters, and
Mhm.
you do this like really unique form of drag because for you,
It's beautiful.
you're not getting
It's
into
ugly.
It's very unique. It's very
unique.
You
It's
very
like,
work with your own features.
right.
Yeah.
No, you're not getting into drag and then doing a sketch. You're doing a sketch and costuming yourself as a character. So you don't do the things that drag queens do, which is like you don't block out your brows, I don't think. You don't put on body and hip pads. You just use your body and put the regular accoutrement that character would wear.
But I will say you do look a lot like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
It's very
yeah.
strange how
It's
quickly that
spooky.
changes.
Have you thought about sort of upping the costuming, or you like? I don't think you should, but I'm just curious about your process. Like
Seems
when
like you do.
play. No, I'm just curious about the thought process because I think it's pitch perfect.
Thank you. Well, here's what's scary. In my mind, I have upped the costume process.
Got it? Cool.
No, I'm just kidding. No. I really love playing female characters. Like I just like embodying a character, and what's fun is just the point of view of the person.
Right.
And I think drag is such a cool art. I have so much respect for drag queens. They have to have so many talents, you know, from the makeup to like, it's not just one thing, it's so many things. So I have a lot of respect for like actual drag queens. I just consider myself like a character actor.
Yeah.
I think like I think that for me, what like the twist isn't like, oh, look at this illusion, it's a woman, or like, you know, I think it's more like the essence of this person, and you kind of have to get on board with the fact that drag is like a little rough. But I have thought about doing a really like high-end just character who's a woman who just seems very womanly, and the makeup is flawless, and like the hair, and you know, because like I also am just lazy. Like my wigs are just trashed. Like I should take you through my wig closet, and Meatball, you would be just like disgusted.
I have no room to judge a bad wig.
Yeah,
My
she
wigs are all
really
shit,
does it.
too.
Look at that wig behind her.
Really hate...
just flipped upside on the
Can I see it?
Oh my god. Oh no, but that one actually looks pretty nice.
That's great.
Oh yeah. Is that a custom hairline? Yeah, a custom hairline.
For the people listening, it's this beautiful platinum blonde wig with a lot of weight, a lot
Got
of
a little
body.
bump
It's
to it.
body, but it's like pretty straight. Anyway, back to your wigs. When you were as Carrie Bradshaw, when you ride that motorized scooter into a bush, did that hurt? How willing are you to like hurt yourself for the joke?
To me, it's all about going 100%, because if people watching don't feel like, especially for like a fall or a, you know, that like where I went full speed into the bush, my friend Paul, who's the DP, he was like, oh, I think this is gonna hurt, or you might not want to go too fast. I'm like, babe, we're doing this at as fast as we can, as hard as we can, or we're not doing it. Can you imagine if you could see me going kind of slow, and it would just be so lame.
It
but,
needed to be full speed, and it was. And
Yeah.
I had no idea. See, that I just saw the clip of the fall being shared everywhere. For the longest, I kept resharing it. I had no idea it was you. And then I watched that video, and I was like, oh, this is what it's from! So good.
Yeah.
Also, Paul is like an unsung hero. He shoots Michael Henry's videos, too. And does he edit yours as well?
Yeah, he's so talented. He is, I mean, he has seen more gay content than any straight man should.
It's so funny and how comfortable he is just like being there watching the craziest shit happen.
Yeah, he is the definition of an ally. He's so great. He's so laid back. He's just also, you know, he's just a great person to work with.
During the pandemic, you had done Sarah Jessica Parker before, or Carrie Bradshaw, right? Or
yeah, you know what? I actually, so it was funny because I tested for SNL before the pandemic, and when I was making my reel, I had this impression of, I think it was who's the woman who, oh God, she was in the piano, she won an Oscar, not Anna Paquin. Why am I blanking on her name? She talks like this.
I don't know. You did an impression. You did an impression of her. You did a deep dive character study of her, Jimmy?
You really did her.
You don't remember?
Hold on.
By the way,
Holly Hunter? Holly
Holly Hunter.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes. Okay, I
you
see
are
a
a
connection.
Holly Hunter
Yes,
type.
yeah.
I
She
see that.
voices the mom in The Incredibles too.
You guys, by the way, this
Like
is so
this.
embarrassing. I'm literally saying I do an impression of someone, and the impression is so bad, no one knows who it is. God.
Okay,
but
Holly
yeah,
Hunter.
so I was gonna do Holly Hunter, and I came out in full drag with a wig, and someone was like, "That looks like Sarah Jessica Parker," and then I couldn't unsee it. I was like, "All right, let's just do a quick take." So I did like me typing at my computer, like looking around, kind of acting like my take on her in Sex and the City is that she's like a Muppet. She's all like slumping around, looking around,
Totally
being cute. So I just did that, and then when I then that a few months later I auditioned for SNL, and so that was my like debut of doing
the
her.
Carrie.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't
What
think everyone knows, but what is like the audition process for SNL like? You have to
Oh
like
my
send
God.
in like a long ass reel of yourself.
It's crazy. It's basically like they kind of have to hear about you in that way, and so they kind of go to the same three theaters: Second City in Chicago, UCB New York, and LA, and then Groundlings. But anyone could submit a video. So I had showcased a couple times where I knew they'd come to the theater because they'd come to Groundlings every 6 months. So they'd see me a couple times there. Yeah. And then I did a video, and my friend, do you guys know Heidi Gardner?
Yes.
She's on the show, and she and me were at Groundlings at a similar time, and she was on the show, and I had shown her my tape. She's like, "Oh my God, this is really good. Can I give it to the producers?" And I'm like, I was like, "Can you imagine if I was like, no, I
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
don't want them to
Thanks
see
for
it."
asking. Can I help try to maybe get you a job? No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll go through the
I'm
proper
like-
channels.
But so then my agent was like, "Oh, they want to see you live in LA." So they had asked a bunch of different comedians to do a show, like 20 of us live in LA.
Oh wow.
And then from that show, and the show was super fun, and I felt really good about it. And then they picked 3 people from that show to go to New York, and I was one of those people. And you got to do the whole test where like they fly you to New York, you check in at the hotel. The next day you go in, you go through hair and makeup, you sign the actual contract
So crazy.
before you go in.
That's
and then
another
you-
thing that happens on like TV pilots too. When you're
Yeah.
screen testing to maybe be on a TV show, you sign your fucking contract whether you get the job or not. That's crazy
Yeah.
to me. Anyways, keep going.
It's kind of a mind fuck because then you're sitting there thinking,
Oh, I got
looking
it.
around 30 Rock. Yeah, you think you're looking around 30 Rock. You're like, okay, I could totally see myself coming here every day. And you look at the money, you're like, all right, well, I guess I'm making this much money weekly, you know?
Right.
Start dreaming of your new apartment.
Yeah. And then I went in, and then it's so high stakes. And I was just trying to like, I did my material to death. I had like my wigs out, and I was just trying to chill. I was in, they keep you in the dressing room of the other actors. So I was in Melissa Villaseñor's room, just looking at her pictures and stuff. It was kind of weird. And then they like knock on the door, and they're like, "Okay, Jimmy, you're on deck." And then they take you down to a different dressing room, which is where it's the host dressing room. It's right basically by the stage.
Now, is
And
it
then-
nice? Is it big?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
Like the lighting is really good. And I was just trying to talk myself off the ledge. It was like, all right, Jimmy Fowlie, you have come too far to freak the fuck out. And I was like, I am going to walk back there, and I'm going to burn the fucking house down. Like I was just like, let's
Yes.
that's the energy I wanted to have. But then it's like, then they take you back there, and you're like, I'll never forget the girl who she had just finished, and she was walking by me, and she was like spooked. Like her eyes were just
Oh no.
traumatized because it's so weird. You walk in, it's a dark room. It's all the producers, Lorne Michael, in the shadows.
Right.
And you see that iconic stage that you've seen so many times, the lights shining down. And I get up there, and what I didn't realize is there's a mic, and your voice is echoing through
And it's not a live,
Theater.
like there's not a full audience to like muffle any of that sound.
No. And that was the first time I was like, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. And, you know, I think it's like, you guys know how it is when you perform, you just like go in there, you try to do your thing and have fun, but it's not a super fun experience because they're just sitting there like, all right, let's see what you can
do. Your ha-has.
Do you think it's purposefully that intense because it's a live show every week? Like they need to know that the person not only is funny and has the chops, but they have to do it under these like wild circumstances, right? That's like the whole idea.
Yeah, I think they just are like, they have nothing to prove. Like they have turned out legends.
It's becoming a different beast. Like,
well, also they're not doing movies based on characters made on the show anymore.
Well, they
which
don't do
was like the
original
huge thing for
characters.
Chevy Chase and stuff.
Or you look at what A.D. Bryant did, you know, like leaving the show to then do Shrill, but also staying on the show, not leaving the show, but like using the show to launch her doing Shrill. And now she's like this like proven actress, but she's also still on the show. And, you know, it's a different thing than like, you know, doing the what am I trying to think of? The Ladies Man film. Remember that? Night at the Roxbury film.
Do you guys remember It's Pat?
Oh
yeah. We talk about Pat a lot on this pod.
We love Pat.
We love Miss Pat.
Wait, so speaking of Pat. Speaking of hot takes, this is what I wanted to get to about the Carrie Bradshaw, and then we're going to take another break. Is that you revealed this take on Carrie Bradshaw, which I think a lot of people have sort of had, but you crystallized it in this great way that you basically, in the pandemic, you were like, oh, Carrie is like a dumb Karen. Like at the end of the day, she's just looking out for herself. Everything about her is incredibly selfish, self-centered. And when she's inconvenienced in any way, it's like this huge dramatic episode. And so all of your like skits or your sketches were, you know,
your
Karen,
skits.
not
your
little skits, your little skits that you do on the internet. You know, they were like these like really, I just thought it was such a smart take that it was like, oh, Carrie doesn't understand about like Black Lives Matter protests. Like she just thinks like, oh, we're going to brunch, right?
I don't think it's his take. I think that's what she was like on the show, and everyone just like romanticized her. I think she was pretty problematic and selfish on the show.
But I had never seen it so like sort of clearly stated.
Oh yeah, she was the villain. She was the villain.
I just thought it was so smart.
Thank you. I felt like, you know, you'd always hear like people were she was one of those characters that people loved, but then were so annoyed. I personally like felt like I really like Sarah Jessica Parker as an actress. I think she's so interesting, but as Carrie, I think there is something like just even in the zeitgeist of when the pandemic happened, everyone just got such a reality check of what's important, you know? And so I think there was something funny about, you know, even just the fact that the Sex and the City is for white women, like literally off the bat in New York, you know, like the lack of it's just such a specific, like disconnected, one-sided view.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's what's weird is these certain shows that we held up, then 10 years down the line, we watch them and we're like cringing. We're like, oh God, you know,
totally.
Like, and I think that happens, but I felt like even with like the Black Lives Matter thing, like there was a lot of people who were kind of like optical allies, like wanted to be at the protest, wanted to talk about doing the work. And then you're like, wait a minute, this is all serving them. And
completely.
I thought that was just interesting, like having those things where it's like she's at a Black Lives Matter protest, but it's like inconveniencing her, or she doesn't really want to wear a mask because it doesn't match her outfit and she doesn't feel sick. So it was kind of easy just because the world was just changing so much, and there was things that I felt like it was a cultural reset to be like, what is important and what kind of personalities are really not serving us,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I love it. And I would encourage everyone to, I mean, you have like versions of them on your Instagram, on your YouTube, and of course you have a Patreon page. But if you haven't seen what we're talking about, you should definitely go watch these videos because they're hilarious.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, one quick question before we run to break. What was your time like filming Lord of the Rings?
Oh my God. I really wish that was me.
How did that come about? Someone just like said that you looked like?
Yeah, someone on Twitter was like, "Hey, this looks like you," and it was that like picture from the is he a hobbit? He's a troll.
I think it's a hobbit.
You've been posting photos of this person for over a year, and you have no idea.
You've never even seen the movie?
I've been posting for 3 years because it's the photograph that I got tagged in changed my brain chemistry because it was like such a great image. He looks so sweet. But by the way, I know that actor now. The actor follows me
really
on Instagram. We follow each other because after so many times, like I think people he's friends with kept tagging him, being like, "What, yo, this gay guy is obsessed with you."
Oh my God.
It was a picture of this guy and and someone was like, "Hey, this looks like you." And it was it really did. Like I really did feel like, oh my God, this looks like me. And it was just the perfect weird photo because I think you see the photo and you have a reaction no matter who you are.
Right. That
Good
was
or
so
bad.
wild. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
And we'll be right back. And we're back.
Wait, you never answered the question. Jimmy, do you know Wicked?
Do you know Wicked?
The musical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
What's your favorite song?
Great. What's your favorite song?
I mean, it's probably so lame to say Defying Gravity.
No,
but,
that's the best one. That's the bippity bop.
We love it.
Great choice. Now,
I will send you this version. This actress, I don't even know her last name, but it's Eden something.
Espinosa.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know. I know every single one.
Wait, are you friends with Nick Adams?
No.
Nick Adams and Kyle Brown. They're like Broadway guys.
No.
They were in, he was in the Broadway production of Wicked and the tour. And
we
so
gotta get him as a guest.
You gotta get him as a guest.
Nick Adams, write it down, Dipper.
I'll connect you guys
right now.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my God, you guys would love each other.
Ooh, I love that.
He's hilarious. He'll give you all.
Oh wait, why does he look so familiar? This is when he looks like a Oh, he was in the other two with you, right? He played one of the influencers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He looks like God drew him like a Disney character.
Yeah, he looks like a Prince Eric.
You believe in God, right?
He does.
All right. Well,
wait, okay.
Now,
So
speaking of all things godly, let's talk about fucking.
This is
our next
segment where
called Fuck Talk, where we talk about some fun, uncomfortable sexual experiences we've had in the past. Oh, tell us a weird go-go story where someone got a little
do you have any of
handsy,
those?
or watching those go-go's suck each other off in the back.
Yeah, I mean, there was like insane stuff that happened. Like I got drugged one time.
What?
Yeah, and I woke up in a motel.
What?
Yeah, it was, and I was like 19. Isn't that so dark?
That's horrifying.
Yeah,
you had
it was
both
horrifying.
your kidneys.
I did, yeah.
What?
And I was like,
did you ever like piece together what you think happened?
Yeah, I know what happened. It was actually my boss.
What?
At the bar, yeah. Mm-hmm. This was before Me Too. So you know what I did? I laughed it off.
Oh no!
Isn't that horrible? I didn't know what to say. I mean, I don't think I have like any crazy trauma from it. I think.
Oh, okay.
Don't you feel like with gay guys, like when something happens with us, we have a different. I don't know. Have you guys had?
Yes, I think I just have the attitude where I'm just like, well, I'm not dead. So
2 weeks ago, we had a guest on, and I told a story, And both Meatball and the guest reaction were, Dipper, you got assaulted.
You got assaulted.
Yeah.
That was really bad news. And I was telling the story as like, this is wild and crazy and uncomfortable. And can you believe it? But I'm fine. Like, almost as if like,
audience, Dipper went and got a massage.
No, we cut it out. Listen,
and he got
Meatball
finger diddle. Okay.
So we cut it out because I was telling the story and they both reacted like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Who are you going to tell? You got assaulted. This is horrible. And in my mind, I was like, this was a wild story where the person was like wrong and stupid. But, you know, at the end of the day, I was fine and it was no big deal. And I very much have that thing that you just were talking about where it's like, I think we're just sort of programmed in this way where, you know, I don't know, like if you go to a gay bar and someone comes up and like touches you, you don't freak out, but that's because we don't have this sort of like weight of misogyny on top of us and weight of rape culture on top of us and like all of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. And it's also it's so rooted in our culture too.
Yes.
You know, like because we're so repressed, I feel like we really want to feel liberated and want to feel like, you know, we can do what we want. Not that we want to like take advantage of each other or rape each other. It's not that, but it's like I think we're
Jimmy, don't come on here saying that. No, I'm just kidding.
But you know what I mean? Because it's like I definitely don't want that to be my message. It's like, oh yeah, because we're gay, because it's not okay. But I think we're still trying to like process what it looks like for us. Because you're right, it's different than a woman happening to a woman.
I also think that this younger generation, even 5 years, 10 years younger than us, there is a totally different conversation happening around not only gender and sexuality, but around consent and around objectification and around like sex positivity and like, you know, your bodily autonomy. Like when you talk to a 19 or 20-year-old about sex, it is like such a different thing. And, you know, I think especially like you said, for, you know, gay men in a certain age group, like in the like around the 30s age group, there's still a lot of that sort of like early 90s repressed sexual energy where you do just sort of go like, well, that was a risk I took. Whoopsie daisies, back to work. That's so wild.
Yeah.
What about anything wild and fun on a upswing? Because you used to like party and go dance and like do.
But now you're sober.
Yeah, I'm sober. 13 years.
That's congratulations.
On June 23rd, I don't know if you can see my tattoo. People say don't get your sobriety tattooed because if you relapse, then you have a weird number on your arm. But I'm like,
but 13 years is a long time. I feel it's going strong for you. I don't want to jinx it, you know?
Oh, one thing, this is not like a sexual story, but I got in a fist fight when I was drunk and broke my arm. And then I continued to go dance with a cast on my arm.
Did you have people sign it?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did people stick money in it and then you couldn't get it out until you got the cast removed?
And it smelled really bad?
Oh, it definitely smelled really bad. I remember I had a hookup over and like the smell of my cast was turning me off. Like I just was like, I had to keep it. And oh God. Have you guys ever broken arm?
No.
I broke my ankle once. Oh no, I broke my wrist. I had a cast on my arm. Yeah, the smell is ungodly. When they took it off, I was like, ugh. And then I looked at my little arm and I was like, it looks like a little alien arm.
Yeah, it's like so
tiny.
Yeah.
A tiny baby arm.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'll just give you one quick story. I blacked out, woke up, and was with. So, like, when I would drink, sometimes I would black out and wake up like with a really scary person in a motel.
Okay.
And sometimes I'd black out and wake up with someone who was so hot. And I remember waking up, blacking out, waking up. I was in Hancock Park in this beautiful house with this hot guy, like 10 out of 10, crazy hot, like impressive that I pulled this person. Had a surfboard in his house.
Surfboard.
And I was like, damn. Yep. And I was like, damn, this is working for me. and I was covered in my own jizz. I came the bed in my sleep, and he thought I peed myself, and I had a full-on wet dream.
Oh my, wait.
After the sex?
After the sex?
No, we never had sex because because I was just like such a dead body where I would party. And by the way, I feel like all the quote unquote funny stories I'm trying to tell are actually really
They keep taking a
spooky.
real dark turn.
We have a history of this on the show where we're like, tell us something wild and crazy, and they're like, trauma.
Trauma. I used to black out like a lot. Now I only do it rarely when I want to. When I make it the point of the evening. That's
good. I didn't know that blacking out wasn't normal. I blacked out every night for like years.
And yeah.
Someone was like, oh, so and so's blacking out. I'm like, is that bad?
Yeah. I was always like, I would wake up at home and I'd be like, I don't know how I got here, and I don't remember the last 4 places we went to, but I'm glad I'm here. Mm-hmm. I have my phone and stuff. And I thought everyone else was blacking out with me.
Yeah, I feel like if you have your phone, you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything is controlled.
So listeners, if you were to take one piece of advice from today's episode, it would be, if you have your phone, you're fine.
You're fine.
You know what? You're fine. So Jimmy, where can people find you on the internet?
Guys, I'm everywhere you don't want to see me.
Okay.
I am on the gram, on TikTok, YouTube. Just putting out videos and all that stuff. And I'm on the show that's actually going to be premiering on, wait for it, Grindr.
Hey!
I think Chester was there.
Yeah, Chester was there.
And you were bleach blonde. You really love to commit.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we're going to make you change your hair. I'm like, I'm totally cool with that. But then they changed my hair kind of neon, and Grindr hated it. They were like, this makes this character really unrelatable. Yep.
Network notes from Grindr.
Yeah, they were like, this character is now so unrelatable. By the way, the character just is truly unrelatable. So it's like, regardless of his hair. And then they're like, we're going to actually do platinum blonde. And I was like, okay, cool. And then the director was like, now Grindr wants you to do honey brown. And I'm like, babe, that's my actual normal hair color. So we're going full.
Oh God.
Been around the world. Aye. And your Instagram and your YouTube channel are just your name, Jimmy Fowlie.
Yep. At Jimmy Fowlie.
So if you are not in the know, go check out all of Jimmy Fowlie's work online. And we thank you for being with us today, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Thank you guys. You guys are so funny. And Meatball, I didn't even know you knew me. I literally was talking to someone, I was like, God, Meatball is so funny. And they're like, yeah, he's great. And I was like, I don't even think he knows me.
Yeah,
I know you. You know, I talk to Nicole Byer about you all the time. She thinks you're so funny. Nicole. Yeah, she's great. Okay, well, thank you all so much for listening to Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us on Instagram at SloppyPod. Send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com, or call in with your fuck talk story to 213-536-9180. You can follow us on Instagram at Big Dipper Jelly or Spicy as Meatball or Fat Drag Meatball on Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which come out every Tuesday and Friday.
Uvu Javer. Okay, bye.
Bye. Doodle-doo-doo forever dog. To listen to Sloppy Seconds ad-free and one day early, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball. Music, editing, and sound design by William Pitt.
Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Joe Cilio, Brett Boehm, and Alex Ramsey.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.